that was kind of code speak for like, we'd like to pay you $10 a year. And our product had been advancing to go beyond what people were expecting of Just a Wiki as well. So that was probably one of the biggest pivots that we did. We ended up deciding to rename our company from PBWiki to PBworks because the customers that called us up saying, hey, you can solve these real solutions for us. Hey, we hear you've got a great customer extranet. Hey, we hear you've got a very flexible project management tool. Those people understood the value that we were able to provide. So that actually turned out to be a really constructive pivot for us. There are a bunch of others also, but I know that we're trying to catch up here, so I won't keep you for very long. The moral of the story here is you really want to talk with your users. Even if you set out to serve a certain audience A, you may find out that you've accidentally started servicing audience B. Be attentive to that and be willing to go and run with that. So the good news is that, yes, we've done a lot of pivots. Yes, a lot of them have been pretty painful. But we went from selling a product that went for $50 a year to a product that now has installs that are worth well north of $50K a year. So that's 3 orders of magnitude right there. It's very worthwhile to go and listen to your customers and to evolve with their needs. So you can succeed by listening to your customer and iterating. So go, do it, listen. That's all. Got time for a question or two. So, batter up.
How did the renaming affect the traffic coming in and search engine optimization?
How was our traffic affected by changing our name from PBWiki to PBworks? The answer is that not that much. It turned out that because we did our redirects properly, we were able to preserve pretty much all of the traffic. So when people searched for PBWiki, they'd go and find PBworks pretty readily. And, interesting, they changed their name. Having the PB there, I think, was pretty important so that people knew that it wasn't that we had been acquired by some other company or that we were completely shifting to something totally different. Like they knew that there was some amount of brand consistency. We actually, at the point that we realized we needed to shift away from Wiki, we brought on board a brand consultant and went through a lot of different possible ideas for what we might rename our company to. And one of my favorites, although the domain name was far too long, was Accordions, right? I was going to be the chief accordionist, right? But that probably would have been a bad idea, as you couldn't have pivoted based on that name. And what's interesting is I actually don't know a whole lot of companies that just went and pivoted their name like that. I mean, one I can think of is like Vinny's Synthesite, which renamed to Yola. But yeah, it ended up being a lot less catastrophic than I thought it would be. Just give a holler. Sure. So the question was, as we pivoted from being just a wiki to project management software, how did that affect our search engine strategy? And the answer is that our paid search efforts, we have a very similar story to Dropbox, actually. We're fairly catastrophic. We hired some very smart people. We spent some good money. But no matter what we did, for better or for worse, we continue to get the same rate of organic adoption. And it was rather shocking when at one point we just said, OK, well, let's see if this is making a difference or not. We totally cut all of our outbound marketing, like sliced about $50,000 a month off of our monthly spend. It didn't change the incoming qualified leads one bit. So I was like, OK, well, we better not spend that money. So the problem that we ran into, precisely the same as Dropbox, is that the keywords that are most obvious, like hosted project management or online project management, are just insanely bid up, to the point where you can't get conversions that are cash positive. It doesn't really make sense. Most of the folks that you're competing against are VC funded and are burning dollars in order to try and expand their brand name. But it's not a cash positive endeavor. All right, so I think that's it for me. Thanks so much, everyone.